Hi guys, this is Erika, and in today's video I'm answering another question from one of you guys. Again, thanks so much for sending them. I love answering your questions. This one is from one of my videos that I posted. I think the one how to make them to commit and only have eyes for you. But yeah, so I'll be answering this question. But before we start, I just want to remind you that we are giving away a free course called How to Find Your Blocks to Manifest Anything Fast. All the details are down below. Also, if you would like to work with me one-on-one, I would love to help you. All the details are down below as well. By the way, that bed looks so empty. It's sad without Prince, right? But he abandoned me. He's downstairs. Anyways, we'll see if he comes up and visits, but I doubt it. Yeah, so let's start with this question. Okay, so sorry if I'm looking down, but I have my laptop on my lap. Okay, so the question says, I rejected the person and now I want him. He told me I am not his type. I feel he is the one for me. The connection fizzled even before it could start, and we are long distance. I want him in my life and I truly feel he is the one. Can I manifest someone who rejected me? I am revising the old story. I truly feel there is more potential. I am working on my abandonment wounds and feeling of not good enough and not in contact with him. So apparently you're okay. So let's start with the video answering the question. So the main thing that I would love to start with is, and I'm sure you already know what I'm gonna say, right? The first thing is to really remember, and I think this is the work that we're doing when we're consciously manifesting something or someone. Is literally what we have to do is it's a reminder of who we truly are, right? It's not learning techniques to get A, B, C, or D. I think it's just really remembering that we are the power, the operant power of our lives, that we are the source of every single experience, that we are the source of how everyone shows up in our reality, literally everyone. That we have always been the source. The good, the bad, and the ugly, we have always been the source. But the reason why we have desires is because we're meant to experience them, right? It's all about really tuning in, and that's why in the Bible it says, ask and it is given, right? Because it's already yours. So all you have to do is tune in to that reality, have the faith that it's already mine, it's already done, and that's how you will get it, right? But if we start thinking that no, it cannot happen because of A, B, C, and D, all the circumstances, then we're denying our gifts. We're denying something that is already ours, right? So I think, again, the main thing is to really remember who we are. Really meditate and think of this idea of I am the only source of my experiences, of my life, of my little bubble of reality, right? That's all you need to not worry about, but really think about. That's the only thing you need. Literally, it's like, if I am the source of everything, what am I worried about? What am I afraid of? It really gives you the power of not being afraid anymore, not having anxiety anymore, because you know that you're in complete control. That if you don't like something in your life, all you have to do is change the story that you have within, right? And that's something else that really helps me. It's just a story. All we're doing is we're telling ourselves a story. And if we don't like what is being reflected in the 3D, we have to just change the story. And I forgot if I mentioned that in the previous video or not, but like I was thinking that we're literally a beautiful, I don't know, it just clicks with me. That's my analogy, okay? We're a beautiful walking, talking movie projector, literally. So if I know that I'm a movie projector, right? Whatever the movie that is, running within gets projected out into the 3D reality that we call life, If I don't like what's out there, I just change the movie, right? So that, yeah, that helps me a lot. It's just like, what story am I telling about everything and everyone, including me? But the main thing is, I know that I'm the source. I was telling one of my clients the other day how I was reading this book by Neville. I think it's the Harvest and the Seed. I think he gave a lecture about it, but he also wrote a book. It's really short. I think it's like 18 pages. Don't quote me on it, but anyways, I love reading. That's something else that I can recommend you guys. Read these books, because it will, like, every time I read them, I'm like, oh, it gives me that, I don't know how to call it, but it's just this energy, that peace of knowing that, again, like, we don't have to be afraid of anything, right? But in this book, I think pretty sure it's the Harvest and the Seed. I'll have to look it up. He talks about how you are the writer, the director, the producer, and the actor, right? So no one else is writing that but you. And he mentions several Bible quotes where they say the for this, the for that, and he explains how the for that they're mentioning in the Bible, it's basically all of them are you. You're the writer, the director, the producer, and the actor, right? So again, reading these books gives me that peace and understanding, and then I just create my own analogies for things to click. But yeah, that's the base of, like, when we're consciously manifesting something, right? I am the source. And I've said it before as well, like, it's all about not allowing the reflection to tell me who I am. If I'm the movie projector, right, I'm not gonna let the movie to tell me who I am, who the source is. Don't let anything or anyone outside of you to tell you who you are. For example, in your story, don't allow your SP to tell you you are rejected. You tell the outside world, you tell your SP and everyone in your reality that you are always chosen. That whenever you love someone, they choose you, they adore you, they commit to you, they want you, they're pursuing you, right? That's what it's all about. Remembering that we are the source and that we are dictating our story, our future, right? And to not allowing the illusion to tell you who you are. You tell the illusion who you are, what experience you want to experience. Redundancia, like, you know what I mean? Literally. So yeah, so if you're asking, because you asked, can I manifest someone who rejected me? Absolutely. But the main thing is that you have to tell the world, tell yourself, yes, I can, because I'm the source. Because I'm going to tell everyone out there who I am. I'm going to tell SP who I am. And also, as the source, you get to choose versions of people, right? So yes, you can, but it starts with knowing who you are, telling yourself and the outside world who you are. Obviously, you do it here, right? And then choosing the version of your SP that is choosing you, that is adoring you, that will go above and beyond to be with you, right? And not seeing these circumstances as an obstacle for why you cannot be with them, right? So yes, you can absolutely do that. So who cares about long distance? Who cares, right? Your focus should be on, like, we're together. I don't care what he said. I don't care where he is. We are together. And that's it. And I'm sure if you have watched my videos before, you guys know that I was in a long distance relationship, and I needed to get a visa to be with my person back then. And the United States of America told me twice, no, you're like, the visa denied. Nope. But what did I do? I did not believe the illusion. I didn't allow them to tell me that I was not gonna be with my person. And my focus was literally like the horses. My focus was on, I don't care, but like, we're meant to be together. And I wasn't very logical, or like, I wasn't very specific about where. I remember I used to just say, I don't care how, but like, somehow, some way, we're gonna be together. We're gonna be under the same roof. I don't care. But logistically, like, it had to be here. I had to be here because he had a job here. He had a, you know, his everything was here. So, but the only thing that I thought back then was, I don't care. Like, we're meant to be together. We're gonna be under the same roof together, right? And of course, I'm not telling you guys that it doesn't feel bad, that it doesn't feel sad, that it doesn't feel maybe frustrating, right? I remember being really sad when they denied me, but I'm like, I don't care, right? And what is wonderful about, see, we have to see the blessing in everything. The wonderful thing about when we don't feel good about it, for example, when they said no, I felt like crap, excuse my French, but I felt so sad because that was not my truth, right? My truth was to be here. So when something doesn't feel good, it's because that's not your truth. It doesn't feel good because it's far away from your truth. Your truth should feel good and happy and exciting. You guys know that I used to love Abraham Hicks, and I still, there are things that, you know, I take from them. I don't agree in 100% in their message, because I feel like a lot of it is very limiting, but there are things that they mention, they talk about, you know, like the scale of emotions. Like, if it doesn't feel good, it's because that's not for you. Your higher self is telling you that's not where it is. You know, that game of like hot and cold, like hot, 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 like, you know, like when you're hiding, and like if you're close to whoever's hiding, hot, 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 cold, cold, cold. That's where it is. And I just came up with that. But I mean, does it make sense? If it doesn't feel good, it's because that's not your truth. You're very far away. That you're cold, 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 because what is for you, your truth feels warm and happy and exciting, hot, 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 right? So what we're doing is like, we have to tune in from the end, right? Of, we're already together. Like, he's crazy about me. He's so in love with me. Like, he's so attracted to me. I'm totally his type. That's where your mind has to go. And again, just because you have the desire to be with him, it's because there's a version of you that is already with him. So think from her point of view, right? Imagine that you jump into her timeline, from her point of view, from her body. How does she feel? What will she be thinking and feeling? How will she be talking? And what will her person be telling her? Oh my God, I'm so happy. This is amazing. I have the most amazing relationship. I'm with the love of my life. He's so crazy about me. He's so in love with me. He's so committed to me. We'll live in the same house, in the same country, in the same town, right? He's you know, he tells me all the time that I'm totally his type, that I check every single box, that I'm his ideal type, his ideal woman, that he loves. He feels so lucky that I chose him, right? Right? Literally, what will she be thinking and feeling if she's already there, right? Also, you guys know that I love hearing my person talking to me throughout the day, and you don't have to hear their voice, because I've talked to some of my clients and they're like, they feel such a relief when they're like, oh, like I just didn't practice it because I thought I had to hear their voice. No, you don't. You just have to tell yourself, oh, this is what they're telling me, and you don't have to hear their voice. And I'm telling you by experience, because I've done that. Obviously, like, I was like, I cannot, because the logical mind will be like, oh, but I cannot think of his voice, which actually I can. But the logical little voice will be like, oh, but that's not his voice. I'm like, I don't care, right? The upper power, the one that's in control of me, will be like, I don't care. Like, that's what he's telling me. That's exactly what he's feeling. And that's what got reflected in the 3D. This person came back to me and told me exactly what I was thinking. And it's not just one person, but several people in all areas of my life, right? So what would they be telling you? I love you. I adore you. I'm so obsessed with you. You're totally my type. I'm so happy that we live together. I'm so happy that we don't have to do long distance anymore. I'm so happy that it was so easy for us to be together. You can even have, that can be your revision. You can have conversation. Do you remember like when you rejected me? Oh my gosh, like, yeah, right? Play with that imagination. You know, we had that when we were little kids, right? We would imagine all these scenarios. So you can still do that. And now you know that you're not just making it up. It's actually, you're tuning in to that reality where they're telling you that. Right? Imagine that you're laughing about it. Oh yeah, I remember like when you rejected me. I remember that, right? But now imagine that you're like already together. And I was telling this to one of my clients. Again, it's all a movie, it's all a story. If you were watching a movie, you can, with the remote, with the control, right? You can fast forward and go all the way to the end. Imagine that. And you can do that with when you're manifesting someone, right? Imagine that, like, oh yeah, like that's my husband, like we are 90 years old, right? That's a person that we're gonna be 90 years old, so happy together, seeing our grandkids play, right? But if I rewind that to now, like, I know I have nothing to worry about because that's a person that I'm gonna marry, I'm gonna have babies with, and we're gonna have grandkids together, and we're gonna grow old together, and like we're so happy that we're life partners, right? Love life partners. So you can always jump back and forth, right? Again, like if you're not gonna mess up the movie if you go back and forth, right? Like, no, like that's what that movie is supposed to do. That's what that remote, that's what it's for you to go back and forth, stop, pause, right? You can even change movies, go back to that movie, and it's still gonna be the same story. So I don't know why I went there, but anyways, like it's okay to go all the way to the end and then go to the now, and then, like, for example, I can think from like when my person is proposing to me, but then I come back to now and and I can be like, oh, like he's the best boyfriend ever. But if I fast forward even more, like that's the person that is gonna grow old with me, right? So anyways, I hope you got what I was trying to say there. But yeah, so yeah, don't have your attention, your focus on you, because you said I rejected the person and now I want him. If there's any guilt about why did I reject it? Why did I reject them? Why did I reject them? I shouldn't have done that. I always mess things up. If those are the kind of thoughts that you're having, no. Be like, okay, oops, I did that, but what do I want now? It's all about what are you choosing now, because the only thing that exists is now. And see that as a lesson, like, oops, yeah, I rejected him, but now now, what do I want? Well, now, like, I'm gonna say yes to him. And instead also, and like, oh, now he doesn't want me, he's rejecting me. Okay, oops, but what do I want now? Again, you're the only one that is choosing. You're the only one that has the power to choose. You're the only one that's gonna tell the world what's gonna happen. So based on that experience, what do you want? What is your choice now? Okay, so now I choose that no, like he's totally choosing me. He's obsessed with me. He's gonna tell me. You can tell yourself the story like, oh, like, actually, yeah, he told me that he was lying to me, that he was just hurt because I rejected him first, but like actually, like he's so in love with me and he wants me and he doesn't want us to live one more day apart from each other. You can create yourself that story instead of having the focus on, oh, oops, I rejected him and then he rejected me and then the long distance. No, your focus should be on what you want. And then if you truly feel there is potential, is because that desire means like there's a version of you with him already. You cannot desire something if it's not already yours, if it's not already given from above, from your higher self, right? So yeah, if I want him, he's mine. So think from that. He's already mine. What will he be telling you if you guys are already together? And then you say, I'm working on my abandonment wounds. This is what I would recommend you doing. Instead of, oh, I have to work on my abandonment wounds, you're still thinking that you have wounds that you have to heal. I will recommend for you, or my advice for you will be like, think that I'm already like perfect, whole, happy, complete, and like I feel good. I know I'm the whole package. I know that whenever I love someone, they stay with me forever. I feel safe in relationships because whenever I love one, they stay. Right? Because if we have abandonment wounds, we're gonna keep, if we're the source, we're gonna keep creating these scenarios with different people where they keep rejecting us because we have that abandonment fear. And I know exactly what you feel. You guys know that I lost my dad, I lost my brother at like they were so young, right? It was traumatic. So that created that abandonment fear, right? And I was manifesting people leaving me because I had that story of, oh my God, when I love them, they leave me. So what I tell myself is no. And I don't remember if I mentioned it with you guys or not, but I was like, what am I talking about? They never left me, because I tell you guys that I feel my dad and my brother with me all the time. All the time. I have like this long conversations with them. I was telling someone recently that years ago, like there was like this super famous psychic that came to town, and I was desperate to like know that they were with me. And I remember I went, like I was like, oh, I know, like he's gonna call my name, he's gonna like give me the message. And like it was like a big auditorium, and like anyways, like he never called my name, and I was so sad. And I remember like being so sad, realizing that I was not gonna be called. And I felt someone like so vividly, so real. I felt like someone gave me a kiss on my cheek. I was like, I even had to look. And I was like, oh, I know, like they're like, oh, we're here, right? So I had this aha moment, like, well, why am I with the story of like they left me? They never left me. The love that they had for me was so strong that they're still here with me, literally. So we have to drop those stories of, you know, abandonment. And of course it hurts, but we have to tell ourselves that no, like change the story. That's how we can revise the story. Don't think so much that I have to heal them. Just tell yourself now, no, I am choosing the me that feels safe in her relationships, that whenever I love someone, they stay. Whoever it is, they've always loved me. They've always been there for me. I've always felt supported, right? That's how we revise. That's how we work on abandonment wounds, by dropping the story of abandonment and choosing the story of like I've always been loved and taken care of and chosen and safe, etc., etc. Everything that represents that, you know, you don't have to be afraid of that someone leaving you anymore. Tell yourself, whenever I love someone, they stay, because I'm that special. I am that unconditionally loved, right? And you said, and feeling of not being good enough. You are amazing just because you exist. You're the light that lights up the world, your world, the energy that literally lights up your world. Your world literally revolves around you because you're the source of everything in your world. So of course you're important. So tell yourself that I'm freaking amazing. I'm the most important person of my reality. I have the leading role. I'm the main character. Like everyone, you know, exists in my reality because of me, right? So of course everyone loves me. Of course everyone gives me special treatment. Of course everyone will choose me and love me and adore me because I'm the best. I'm extremely special. I'm the most beautiful, most special, most amazing, most handsome, most person that has ever existed. Period. Tell yourself those stories. And don't focus on the I'm not in contact with him. Again, imagine that you jump into that reality where you're already with them. Don't focus on there's no contact. I've said this before. I was reading a book. I don't remember which one, but it was like they were explaining quantum physics, and they said like, oh, when you stop focusing on something, that something stops existing. Right? If I'm looking here, but if I look over here, that stops existing because my awareness is not there, right? Kind of like that. So we're not gonna focus on the story of like he's not contacting me. No, focus on the story where he's already contacting you because you guys are already together, and he chose you because you're totally his type, and he cannot do life without you, period. Right? By persisting in that story, first in the mind, then it gets pictured out into the space of reality. First here. So I don't care what's happening out here. When your attention, your focus goes into, oh, like he's not talking to me. What? No. What? Like, I'm someone that is already with them. Like, he is in my life. We get communication every day because we're together, right? Whatever you have to like tell yourself, but remove your focus, your awareness from the 3D story that is telling you like he's not contacting me, we're not together, we're not talking. No, like, what? And I have this analogy, and I don't think I shared that in the last video. But I was also sharing it with some of my clients, and I'm like, at least it clicks for me. You guys know that I love analogies, but I was like, oh, you know, when you're scrolling social media, for example, TikTok, on your For You page, right? When you notice that your mind goes to like, oh, like he's not contacting me. What next? Not interested. Not interested. But in that moment, tell yourself what you choose instead. So if that analogy clicks, try it, use it, because it's all about what? No, not interested. Because what maybe we used to do before, right? Oh yeah, they're not talking to me. Why is he not talking to me? Oh, maybe he's with someone else. Let's check social media. Let's check. Let's see. Like maybe like he's already dating someone else, and I'm sure he's already dating someone else because I remember like he used to like this girl. Let's go to her social media page. Like let's see like if they have pictures, right? Like we keep going. In Spanish, my mom will say, "Te vas como hilo de media," right? Like, you know, like when you're wearing nylons and you get a small hole and then just goes shh. That's the phrase in Spanish, but it just means like you keep going there. So that's what we're not gonna do. When you notice that your mind is going there, like, oh, we're not communicating. Next, not interested. What? And again, tune in to that like reality where maybe he's like telling you like, baby, like I love that you're mine. I love that like we're together. I love spending time with you. I love talking to you every day. I love that, whatever, right? Or you can be like, no, like I'm already with them, right? Whatever your technique, your go-to is, try it. But again, from the point of view, from the end, that we're already together, period. Instead of keeping the focus on like we're not together, we're not talking. No, that's why I said, don't let the outside world tell you who you are. What? Next. Not interested. What? No, I am someone that is already in a relationship with them. That gets all the communication in the world because we're together. We're a couple. We live together. We're blah, 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 blah. Whatever the story is, go there. Because remember what I've said before as well. All the power is in the I am. If you're saying, no, not interested. Excuse me? Next. I am, right? Da, 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 da. All the power is in whatever follows that I am. That's where your faith should be like, no, if I say that I am with them, that I am the love of their lives, that I am always safe and protected in this relationship, blah, 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 that's what has to be, because you're the source, right? And that's it. So I don't want to make this video long again, but it's almost 30 minutes. But anyways, I'm intending that this video answer your question. I'm intending that you're putting into practice, and I know for a fact that you'll get all the results that you deserve, because it's your, if you desire it, again, it's already yours. And I'm intending that all of you guys watching this video, that you'll get something good out of it. And again, remember, if you're manifesting something else, just change the subject. That's the same. Think from the end, right? Know that you're the source, and that's where all your faith should be. And by you keep going there, regardless of what's out there, regardless of the thoughts, if you keep going to no, I am, and you don't move from that I am decision, that's how things shift in the 3D, right? Because you're not changing the script. Remember, you're the writer, the director, the producer, and the actor. And check out that book by Neville. I'm telling you, it's really good. It's easy to understand. It's very short. And yeah, that's what helps me. Reading books that talk about all this. Okay. But yeah. Okay, you guys. I love you so much. I'll see you next week. Yeah, maybe, sorry. I feel like I had to say something else. This is what I hate. After like I stop the videos, I'm like, God, I didn't mention this. But anyways, I intend that it comes back to me, and I'll talk about it in the next video. But you guys know that I love you. Yeah, if you want to work with me, you know what to do. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.